Okay, one of the powerful things about Revit architecture and BIM in general is the ability to do custom parameters on things like walls, and windows, and roofs. And those parameters can be used for a lot of different things, but one of the things you can use it for is quantification. So I'm going to show you how to create custom parameters on your objects in Revit and then take those through into QTO and use them for quantification. So what we've got here is I just drew a real quick, simple building. Might want to put a door in it just so we can get into it. Tiny door. Okay, so essentially, we've got a building here, and I'm using the generic wall type. Now, one of the things that you can do in Revit is as you probably know, you can create parameters. So we're going to create a new parameter. Let's create a new group, and we're going to call it quantity parameters, for example. And then I'm going to create a new parameter underneath that, and I'm going to call it, let's say, R value. Let's just say, for example, the insulation value of the roof or the wall is something that we're interested in quantifying based on. Oh, and I've already created one from an earlier demo, so let's create R value 2. And so now we've got our parameter configured. Now we just need to add it to the project. So we're going to go into the project parameters, and I'm going to create a new parameter in here. We're going to use a shared parameter because this is the form that we can use and export and everything else. And we're going to go out and grab from our quantity group R value 2. Okay, and I'm going to put that on what? I'm going to put it on walls. You can choose whatever you want. It can go on walls. It can go on wall sweeps. It can go on, roofs. Um, doors could have an R value. You can pick as many. Floors could, doors could, whatever. So just pick obviously whatever the property can apply to or the parameter can apply to. Now we've created it. So now I can go in and pick the wall. Let's see here. I don't want to create another wall. I want to just pick that wall. I'm going to check its element properties. Here's the typical Revit element property dialog, but you see now there's an R value 2 in here. So let's just say the R value that's 30. Okay, so really you could create any parameter that you want for anything you need to keep track of that isn't part of the basic Revit software. So anything that you need. Uh, let's make another one over here, and we'll call this value R value 29, for example. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to export it out to a DWF file. And there's our building, and we're going to just get the current sheet. And we want to make sure that we get the rooms and areas in a separate layer. That always helps. And make sure this is checked. It should be checked, but make sure that that is checked, because if it's not, you won't get any element properties in your DWF. And when we're ready to go, we're just going to put it on the desktop. It's fine. And it's been created. Now I'm going to run QTO. Everything runs a little slower while I'm recording. And let's take this and make it a little bit smaller. Now that's fine. We'll create a new project, call it project 4. I'm just going to call it project parameters. And I'm going to grab that DWF that we just created. It's right there. Okay, so there's our parameter. There's our DWF. Make that the right size. Okay, so did it come through? Well, let's take a look. We went to this wall here, and we're going to click on it, and I'm just going to select it. And then I can go over to the properties palette over here, and you can see that there is the R value 2 right there, 30. So the property from Revit came through into the wall in QTO. And now, for example, if I wanted to do a search takeoff, I can bring that up, and we'll match everything that has an R value 2 of 30. And there's only that wall. And then we have this one over here that has an R value 2 of 29, and we can use that. So those properties are usable in QTO as searching and just as properties that you can read out of. They're also usable in things like Navisworks and other tools as well. Even Design Review, I think, will show them to you. So it's a very useful capability to be able to extend the building information modeling platform to include things that may not have been put into the product by default.